We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. He shakes him off. Flush to his right. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Allen. Flushed out right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On play action, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Give that sack to the Kobe Dean.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Here's Breeze to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Again, Peterson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Emmett. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprint.
He's got it at the 15, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devin Hester, 63 yards.
And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Extra point by Elam, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
Hester to return from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the line.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Broncos. Julio Jones, 78 yards.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze.
It's Edwards again.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 46 yards.
And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Extra point by Elam, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
Hester to return from his end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Devin Hester in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Elam now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, it's Breeze.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
On play action, now Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action, Breeze. Rolling to his left.
And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time.
It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Allen sliding out of the pocket. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
2nd and a couple.
Here's Allen to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Antonio Gates. 39 yards.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the 2nd half.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Breeze. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Pat McAfee now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Devon Hamilton, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Allen. Caught by Gates, left side. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Gates with a grab. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
This 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Allen. Drops it underneath to Spiller.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first and 10 is Spiller.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Henry.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Off the play fake, Henry. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. On the return, Hester.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. A give to the game's all-time leader, Emmitt Smith.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Now a play fake. Breeze.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now Breeze. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. Back deep, Julian Edelman. And this announcer kind of speechless, cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth. This is taken at about the 14. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Breeze on the move to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Breeze now to throw. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devin Hester, 84 yards. And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now it's toss right to Smith. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. After one, it's 9-0. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hester. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Breeze going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
2nd and 10.
They run up the middle with Emmett. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Inside handoff, Smith. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Tackle by A.J. Epinesa. Here's a 2nd and 5.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They set up the screen to Emmett. Touchdown, Seahawks! Emmitt Smith, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Elam, up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Henry. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Back to throw. Henry. He's going deep for Brown.
That is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Henry. They'll set up the screen to Smith. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Henry. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. First play, and Young is going to throw it.
Got an open man. It's Devin Hester. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action. Young. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there on the tackle. On second down, here's Smith again.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's Breeze. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there, and boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
After the made field goal, Elam back out to kick it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Looking to throw, Young.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted.
He may go.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Steve Young, escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Levi Onwuzurike. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Throwing, Young.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Young to throw it. And that's complete to Gates. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44.
He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. It's Young on first down.
They set up the screen for Stevenson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It'll be Young again.
Setting up a screen for Stevenson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Young. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look at...
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Picked off by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause.
And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Let's do this.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Breeze. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
Smith trying to run for it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it again with Smith. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. Elam on here for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A first down throw for Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Young to throw it.
The back foot throw there is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To the air once more, Young. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Paul Krause. Down to the 10, and he will bring it back.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Now a give to Peterson running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Sanders, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On play action, it's Breeze. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's a big play there for Seattle. 61 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D. 44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Again, it's Smith. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Smith up the middle. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sanders looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Sanders.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Sanders able to find the open man. That's complete. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On play action. Now Breeze. Steps away to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Just like that. 44's the mark. 44's mark. Check, check. Rip left, rip left.
Now Breeze. He's going to go up top again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent.
And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that these defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now Sanders throwing to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle, it's Peterson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run again with Peterson. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Sanders now to throw on 3rd down. Gates has it over the middle. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They'll run for it here with Smith. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Second down and 3.
Back to throw. Sanders. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defenses. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one? And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Play action. Breeze. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Cards are right back in this football game.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's second down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Levi Onwuzurike in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now a first carry for their fullback. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw, Breeze.
That is intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Smith catches left side. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. He's got his man, Gates. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. At that time, a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well,
Here's the longtime Bronco, Jason Elam, to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll run here with Clinton Portis. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4.
An inside give. Here's Portis. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Levi Onwuzurike breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a first carry here for their running back. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Off the play fake. Sanders steps away. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Out to his left.
That's going to be caught downfield by Hill.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Portis. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Rolling to his left. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Vernon Davis. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed down. The Bengals recover.
you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On the move to his left.
And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield for Jones. They've got his man complete.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Sanders steps away. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized depth. Now Breeze lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Julius Peppers, yes, he still has it. Give him the sack.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Sanders to the left side and caught by Hester. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw is Sanders on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Vernon Davis.